The truth is stranger than fiction. Whoever said that obviously never played The Harvester.
So, today we're going to be playing The Harvester. This is one of the strangest games I've ever come across, okay? It is truly weird, and it's going to be a life-changing experience for the both of us. So, if you get a chance to play it, you know, do it. Other than that, I'm going to dive right in, no messing around. Here we go.
So in this game, you play as a young boy called Steve. You live in a village called Harvest, and you've woken up with amnesia. And you don't know what it is or why, but nothing quite seems right. Everything seems off and weird and abstract, and the people seem more than a little eccentric. But anyway, I know we're not here for the basic stuff, so we'll get down to showing you the weirder stuff in the game right away. Anyways, we're supposed to be marrying some girl called Stephanie, to give you a bit of a backstory. She seems like the only normal person in the village.
She's not a bad looking girl. She's nearly as hot as Britney Spears, I'd say. Except she's not a fat guy.
Anyway, let's get to playing the game. And man, prepare yourself, because some of this stuff is just going to leave you speechless. And not just speechless, dare I say, mentally scarred.
Just because she owns DNAs, she's got all these highfalutin ideas about independence. And her with a little girl to raise. That child needs a father. And Edna, well, she needs a good hard penis.
Why we gotta start this off so uncomfortable? Okay, this is getting to be a weird first conversation. Well, no, it's not technically the first conversation, but...
Violence? What about it? Violence is as American as apple pie and low SAT scores.
But what about studies that have shown that children become more violent when watching violence?
Yeah, violent when watching violence. What do you think about that?
Oh! Ow! On a stickaroo!
Well, okay, I gotta tell you to just take it for what it is. It's fake! Kids aren't that stupid. They're stupid, but they're not that stupid. Just because they see violence on TV does not mean they are going to go and simulate it in real life. All those violent arsonists and murderers and serial killers and God knows who else, they have actually existed before the invention of the television. Or Pong from 1974. If you want to go make a comment and be a total knob about it.
I don't see any cattle around here. Where do you keep the animals?
Does it matter? The end product is all the customer cares about, Steve. And we only carry the finest meat, only the juiciest cuts.
Oh God.
Once you take over the business, you'll realize the importance of maintaining quality while cutting costs.
Oh no.
Look, I'm not kidding about the amnesia. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you always were such a kidder, Steve.
Funny how that's beginning to sound like a stock answer. Like it was coached.
Well, let's find out about that. I got the evidence right here. Let's see it.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
You always were a kidder, Steve.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
You always were a kidder.
You always were a kidder, Steve.
Well, you've always been a kidder, Steve.
Steve.
Anyway.
Yep, sure as hell sounds coached to me. Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
Firemen are a damn peculiar bunch of ladies. I thought they'd object to my lack of a lower body, but they wouldn't let me join the fire department because they said I couldn't draw naked men. Can't draw naked men? Who the hell wants to? I could draw one if I was a sick commie pervert. Look, I did this last night. What do you think?
Why does everyone in this game aspire to try and creep me out as much as possible? I mean, his drawing's like a 3-year-old.
You had me going there for a minute, asking all those questions about this base. Came this close to getting blown away.
Right, yeah, okay, so that's about as much as the emotionally unstable military guy I can handle. That's it. I think I need to go catch a buzz or something.
Can you tell me anything about Harvest?
Harvest was founded by the Order of the Harvest Moon about 100 years ago.
For what purpose?
To give you the goddamn willies!
I've never believed in that old adage, spare the rod and spoil the child. A rod is too thin, but a baseball bat? That bridges the generation gap quite nicely.
What the hell? That's child abuse. This is some seriously messed up, indecent, disgusting stuff.
If an A-bomb hits, what good is it gonna do to duck and cover?
My stars, that was exciting.
Am I slightly evil for finding that a bit funny? Kinda was a bit funny.
Anyway, we get the lodge application filled out and hand it into the sergeant at arms at the lodge. And that is, as far as I can tell, day 1 of the game complete. We are then presented with an end of the day cutscene. Oh Jesus! Oh God no! What the hell? Put your clothes back on, we do not need to see that. That's just wildly inappropriate. This game is just weird and controversial.
I heard that someone said Karen, Little Miss Perfect, gonna get famous. Gonna get a picture on a milk carton. Yeah, and asked if I could play with Karen. Her mom just stood there, you know, in the doorway, and cried and cried. And I just stood there, wondering how long it would take for her to stop. But she didn't. And I sensed she was feeling vulnerable. So I asked her to fix me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And she did. Then I went into Karen's bedroom and looked around for stuff I could take, while Edna was in the bathroom with the water running. But all that there was girl stuff. So I came home. But it was fun while it lasted. I even had her trim the crust off for me. And then I ate it anyway. She was crying so hard, I could have peeked into her dress if I wanted to.
You evil.
Is that what I think it is?
Yep, it's a spinal cord.
Is it Stephanie?
I can see a resemblance, but I can't be sure.
Was it suicide?
No, all in all, I'd say this was death by natural causes.
Natural causes?
You can't live without a spinal cord, son. Nothing unnatural about that. Think I will have some more pie.
What's wrong with her? My goodness. Oh, it's not as bad as it looks. You just pop them back in. See?
Remember the stitches. My God, what has she done to you? She doesn't know you're here, does she? Does she? When a man and a woman love each other very much, they go into a room alone and shut the door and bolt it with at least 3 locks. Then they take off their clothes and get out a wide variety of scalpels. Some curved, some short, all of them sharp. And then the man climbs on the woman, and then they... with the barbed wire, they...
That's alright. Don't get worked up.
What the hell is wrong with these people? This is just beyond
Here, son.
bizarre. This is just...
My signature.
Words escape me. I have no words for this. I have absolutely no words to describe how weird this is.
So everyone in this game seems highly incompetent, very, very stupid, weird, eccentric. Really, the list goes on and on. This has to be one of the most bizarrest games I've ever played yet, and it's honestly quite shocking. Some of the things that are happening, it's just freaky. And to be honest, its freakiness is one of the main reasons I feel like I want to play it. I also want to know what their problem was. Did they have serious diagnosable mental conditions? Because I don't think a normal person could come up with any of this.
Want to hear what's happening out in the real world?
No. I'd rather forget about Harvest for a while. Come here.
Stephanie?
I feel so close to you, Steve. Like we're the only 2 people in Harvest. The only 2 real people.
Believe me when I say nobody wants to see what's coming up.
I want you. Make love to me.
Seriously, stop! Guys, I mean... this is uncomfortable. The acting, your acting is bad enough. We don't need this cringe on top of all that.
Dare I? Here goes nothing.
Then take me. Now.
Okay then. Oh no. Oh god. This is even worse than I thought it would be. That is, I'm pretty sure this is a violation of my rights, actually. I mean, someone help me! I'm being held against my will! Okay. Yeah, you move that picture back, you freaking weirdo! I feel nauseous.
That was intense.
Let's just investigate that hole in the wall, shall we? What? I can't masturbate to that. Please insert CD number 2. No. No, thank you. I already gave everyone a little taste of this nutcase game. To be honest, my YouTube channel is nowhere near as big or as important as it needs to be for me to even consider doing that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to smash CD2 into little bits. That is what I'm going to do.
You know what? This is what I think of CD number 2.